Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Triangles Meditation Group, a monthly webinar that is aimed at supporting and strengthening the planetary network of triangles. And it's also an opportunity for people to reach out to one another and form new triangles. This is a webinar that embraces people from many different parts of the world. And so it's wonderful to have new triangles that are international in scope or with people in your own family, whatever you prefer. But we always appreciate the new triangles that are formed during the webinar. So if you'd like to form one, please reach out in the chat box, and two other people will surely respond. And our theme today, as you see, is 2025 and beyond, the call to practical triangles work. And so we look forward to, after our first visualization, hearing from our coworker Nazanin Zodi. She's living in Canada now, but she's originally from Iran. She's a freelance translator, a linguist, life coach who is committed to spreading love, light, and fostering right human relations. Nazanin has translated several esoteric books into Persian, and her research spans ancient Eastern and Western philosophies, focusing on the Persian Empire's cultural and historical legacy. Now based in Toronto, Canada, she dedicates her work to esoteric psychology, supporting the Persian community in cultivating harmony, wisdom, and deeper connections. So we look forward to hearing from Nazanin later. And I just also wanted to mention that on this coming Saturday, December 14th, the Lucis Trust will be holding its monthly full moon meditations for this month's observation of the Sagittarius full moon. And the Geneva headquarters will be holding their meeting on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. And in London, the meeting will be at 3 p.m. local time, as well as the New York meeting also at 3 p.m. local time. So we hope many of you can join then as well. So let's now, as we begin our group focus, let's take a moment of silence, followed by a sounding of the noontime recollection. We know, O Lord of life and love, about the need. Touch our hearts anew with love, that we too may love and give. So we're working now amid one of the most powerful interludes of the spiritual year, as we move through this dark time when the days are short and the nights long in the Northern Hemisphere, and as we approach the festivals of light. As darkness descends in the plane of form, the spiritual seekers of the world are afforded the opportunity to penetrate into an inner light, into the reality which opens up at this time, symbolized for us in the majesty of the night sky. An exploration of the heavens occupied the attention of the scientists of yesteryear, the early astronomers, who worked without instruments, who depended upon themselves alone, and who, through observation, sought to unravel the sky's mysteries and its language. It's said that the entire history of our planetary life, which is encoded in the plan itself, in its vastness, as well as its intricate manifestations, is hidden, yet can also be revealed through the myths, stories, and patterns illustrated in the heavens. As a friend once said, the book of life is written in the heavens. We simply have to learn how to read it. Those ancient observers unfolded an inner understanding of the cycles and patterns and their meaning, And our work together in triangles today builds upon those foundations forged by those ancient practitioners. But today we work under vastly different conditions, both within our own consciousness as well as within the energies that are available to us today. People are increasingly responsive to these overshadowing influences, whether consciously or not. And Triangles workers form part of a planetary group that is offering itself as a vehicle of light and goodwill for the downpouring expression of these energies. Our vast group, as well as each triangle, is composed of workers at many different levels of consciousness, living in all parts of the world, and working together to rhythmically impulse soul qualities into the fabric of human consciousness. Through this means, we weave a fabric that works in concert with the spiritual forces and stands to counteract that which seeks to foment war and separation, fear and dread, forces that are gathering again as our weary planet seeks to wrestle and fight its way into a greater measure of light. We know that the forces of light will be victorious, but each step forward here on our planet seems to be hard won and challenged by a counterforce. In the ninth or Sagittarian labor of Hercules, he established those inner conditions which enabled him to tap into the flame that gleams beyond the mind, a flame which we're told reveals direction sure. And it is a new direction that we need today. This directing power of the mind reveals a light which is not distorted by the machinations of the lower concrete mind, but which uses that mind as an agent of illumination, revealing unknown territory that lies beyond the ordinary field of perception. Then, through the vibrancy of the collective group life, the released energies can be translated into those forms that can become of service to others. This sensitivity to the triangles network and humanity's growing interest in the influence of the stars is perhaps an evolving layer of that important technique which Patanjali called spiritual reading. This reading was one of the fundamental prerequisites for traveling the path and unraveling the intuition. Through this reading, which today we might hypothesize includes a reading of the available energies, the human mind expands, and the resultant illumination increases the effectiveness of the network. And in another of Patanjali's sutras, he stated that all things could be known through concentration upon the pole star, the great Polaris, the symbol in the heavens of alignment, the star which has guided sailors on the stormy seas on long, dark nights. In Sutra 28 of Book 3, it states that the ability to concentrate on this point will give knowledge of the orbits of the planets and stars. The commentary goes on to state that there are tremendous cosmic understandings which can unfold for the great ones who have perfected this ability to work under cosmic direction. We, at our level of understanding, through the measure of alignment that we can achieve, tap into that which is for us and for humanity as a whole, the next step in our forward progress towards greater light. As we capitalize on what is available subjectively, it aids us in cultivating the detachment needed to stand back of the phantasmagoria of this world, the outer fragmentation, and enter instead into the emerging pattern of the plan itself. People wonder about this plan. It's quite an abstraction to our understanding. But as we know, it is a central idea embodied in the Great Invocation and in the work of triangles. Humanity too often places its sights on the surface aspects of life, on the unimportant and ephemeral, while the plan asks us to step into an expanded understanding and to see life and its events through a wider, more inclusive lens. The further we go along the great chain of hierarchy, the greater is the ability to consider this vastness of what is working out here, the making of our planet sacred, to which our work in triangles contributes and sustains. This making of a sacred planet, we know, is a long, long process. But through our work today, and every day through our triangles practice, we are taking those steps in contributing to this task. And through this means, we ourselves are likewise becoming more sacred. We're living, after all, in an initiatory period. All along the chain of life, there's forward movement and vacancies to be filled. Our task is to remain fluid, to open our minds and to aid others so that they will not be blinded by the impouring light. Each year at this time, the new group of world servers is presented with the opportunity to hold fast to the vision and do what we can within our own circle to provide this direction. It's said that during the 2025 conclave, decisions will be made. But from a reading of outer events, it would seem those decisions have already been made. Humanity has chosen the path which it will go, and people everywhere are waking up. There is a quickening going on under the impress of the first ray, but of course, as a consequence, there is the inevitable backlash. It's said in the teachings that the initiate is initiate before he takes initiation. Therefore, perhaps the decision as to the timing of the externalization has already been taken, and the conclave will be a type of ceremonial confirmation or imprint of that decision impressed upon the fabric of the world, an imprint that will begin then to make itself flesh. So now let's work together with our visualization, reflection on the great invocation. Lincoln thought as a soul, as a point of love and light, with all those people throughout the world who are part of the Triangle's service work. Visualize the world situation as best you can and see people everywhere glowing with a dim light, and here and there points of brighter light, where men and women of spiritual intention and loving hearts are working for their fellow human beings. Now visualize through the creative imagination the vivid light of the spiritual kingdom streaming towards humanity and slowly merging with the light which is already in humanity. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into human minds. Let light descend on earth. Now ponder upon the reappearance of the coming world teacher and realize that no matter by what name he may be called in the many world religions, he's still the same great identity. Reflect and speculate upon the possible results of his appearance. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into human hearts. May the coming one return to earth. Now endeavor to concentrate your fixed intention to serve and to spread love in your surroundings. And realize that insofar as you can do these things, you are attempting to blend your personal will with the divine will. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide all little human wills, the purpose which the masters know and serve. And now we take a moment to dedicate the threefold group personality to the working out of the divine plan. Thank you. So now we'd like to admit Nazanin again. I think she's not there.
Hi, Kathy.
Oh, hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. I don't hear you so well, but make sure you're close to your microphone.
Sure.
Yeah, that's better. All
That's
right.
better. Okay.
Yeah, thank you
Perfect.
so much for being here with us. And we look
Thank
forward to hearing your thoughts. So take it
Thank you.
away.
Sure. Greetings, everyone. I'm happy to be here today and grateful for the opportunity to share these thoughts with you. As we gather today in this sacred place of shared purpose, we find ourselves standing on the threshold of the transformative moment. The energies of Sagittarius infuse this time with clarity of vision, strength of resolve, and the focused determination to fulfill the sacred tasks before us. As the final days of 2024 unfold and we step into the gateway of 2025, we are reminded of the Sagittarian keynote. I see the goal, I reach that goal, and then I see another. These words encapsulate the essence of our work within the triangles, an eternal rhythm of striving, achieving, and discovering ever greater purpose in the unfolding plan. The work of the triangles is a profound spiritual practice, simple in its structure, yet vast in its implications. It transcends personal spiritual attainment, calling for a collective approach to the upliftment of humanity. Three individuals unite daily in a shared intention, forming a sacred geometric pattern, a triangle, that serve as a conduit for spiritual energies. These triangles are not symbolic alone, they are living cells within the etheric web of the planet. Though through them, light, love, and goodwill flow into the collective consciousness of humanity, supporting the spiritual hierarchy in its efforts to guide humanity toward its next evolutionary step. At the heart of this work lies the principle of service. The role of the triangle worker is to serve the hierarchy by aligning their lives and efforts with the greater plan. This service extends beyond personal development. It seeks to anchor spiritual energies into the material world, bridging the gap between the realms of spirit and matter. The vision of forming a group of practical triangle workers, those who embody spiritual values in everyday life while engaging actively in worldly affairs, is not only inspiring but essential. It reminds us that true spirituality is not about retreat, but about integration, bringing the light of higher consciousness into the ordinary rhythms of human life. To walk this path is to embrace discipleship, which demands a shift from personal focus to group centered activity. It asks us to cultivate key qualities such as impersonality, detachment, and intuition. These qualities enable us to overcome the limitations of the lower self, its desires, biases, and ambitions, so that we may act as clear channels for the energies of the soul. This path also calls for a commitment to the three fundamental principles: the service of humanity, alignment with the hierarchical plan, and the development of higher consciousness. Through these commitments, we transcend the personal and we become instruments for the greater good, prioritizing the collective needs of humanity over the individual aspirations. Yet the challenges of discipleship are significant. Fear of failure and the subtle pull of personal pride often test the resolve of the triangle worker. These trials, however, are opportunities for growth. They remind us that our work is not about personal achievement, but about contributing to the collective effort. By maintaining an alignment with the plan and emphasizing the needs of the group, we develop the humility and resilience needed to navigate these challenges. In this way, we learn the essential lessons of self-forgetfulness, where personal concerns fade in the light of the greater purpose. As we approach 2025, a year of heightened spiritual significance, the work of the triangles takes on an even greater urgency. This year is anticipated to bring a surge of spiritual energies from the hierarchy energies, aimed at the accelerating humanity's evolution and addressing the critical challenges of our time. For triangle workers, this is both a profound responsibility and a unique opportunity to deepen our practice and expand the reach of our efforts. The task before us is clear: to strengthen the planetary etheric web, anchoring light, love, and goodwill in ways that transform both the individual and the collective. This work begins with daily discipline, the cornerstone of Triangle's practice. Each day, we visualize our triangle as a radiant structure of light connected to the vast global network of other triangles. We use the great invocation to call forth energies of light, love, and the will to good, aligning our intentions with the divine plan. Finally, we direct these energies into the planetary grid, envisioning their flow into areas of need, be it regions of conflict, communities in crisis, or the heart of and minds of humanity as a whole. This practice, through simple, reverberates powerfully across the subtle planes, creating ripples of transformations that extend far beyond what we can see. In 2025, expanding the network of triangles will be a critical focus. This involves forming new triangles, encouraging others to join the work, and reactivating those who may have stepped away from the practice. Each new triangle formed becomes another point of life in the planetary grid, amplifying the collective effort to uplift humanity. Building connections between existing groups and fostering a spirit of collaborations will further strengthen the network, aligning it more closely with the hierarchical plan. The work of the triangles is also deeply responsive to the needs of the time. Focused meditations can direct spiritual energies to address specific global changes. In areas of conflict, triangle workers can channel energies of peace and reconciliations, envisioning the dissolutions of division and the emergence of harmony. In response to the environmental crisis, they can meditate on the healing and renewal of the Earth's ecosystems, visualizing the restorations of natural balance. These focused efforts align our work with the plan, ensuring that the spiritual energies flow where they are most needed. 2025 is also a year that invites us to anchor the powerful spiritual energies that will flow from the hierarchy. Triangle workers act as intermediaries, receiving these energies and distributing them into the etheric web of humanity. To do this effectively, we must cultivate inner alignment and clarity, ensuring that our thoughts, emotions, and actions are attuned to the soul. This alignment allows us to serve as pure channels for the higher energies, amplifying their impact on the world. Practical triangle work, however, is not limited to meditative practices. It also involves integrating spiritual values into daily life. This means embodying the principle of light, love, and goodwill in our interactions, fostering unity and harmony in our communities. It means advocating for ethical practices in society, promoting inclusivity, fairness, and sustainability. Most importantly, it means living as examples of the values we seek to transmit, inspiring others to join in the work of planetary transformations. The energies of Sagittarius provides invaluable guidance for this effort. Sagittarius teaches us to aim with precision, to see the goal clearly, and pursue it with unwavering focus. Yet it also reminds us that the path is ever expanding, with which goal achieved, revealing new opportunities for service. This dynamic interplay of striving and revolution is the essence of spiritual growth and the driving force behind our work. As triangle workers, we must also embrace the challenges of the path. The fear of failure can paralyze us, making us hesitant to act. while personal pride can distort our motives, pulling us away from the collective purpose. Overcoming these challenges requires humility, resilience, and a deep trust in the hierarchical plan. By remaining aligned with the soul and committed to the greater good, we transcend these limitations, transforming obstacles into stepping stones for growth. As we stand at the threshold of 2025, let us reaffirm our commitment to the sacred work of the triangles. Let us deepen our alignment with the hierarchy, expand the network of light, and engage actively in service. Each act of visualizations, each invocation, each thought of goodwill contributes to the collective effort to transform humanity and align it with the divine plan. Together, as triangle workers, we can respond to the call of the hierarchy, weaving a tapestry of light and love that touches every corner of the earth. This is a time of unprecedented opportunity and responsibility. The hierarchy calls upon us to act as anchors of light, bridges of goodwill, and channels of love. Let us move forward together, inspired by the energies of Sagittarius, ready to meet the challenges of 2025, and united in the eternal rhythm of light, love, and service. May our work be a beacon for the unfolding plan, a testament to the power of group service, and a bridge between the world as it is and the world as it can be. Let us embrace the task before us with hearts full of love and minds illuminated by the vision of a better future, knowing that each step taken in service brings humanity closer to the divine reality. Let us see the goal, reach it, and then embrace the vision of the next, knowing that the work of the triangles is never truly finished. For as long as there is darkness, there will be a need for light. As long as there is separation, there will be a need for love. And as long as there is humanity, there will be a need for goodwill. Now allow me to read a poem about the triangles for you. Under the archer's guiding star, we gather, knowing who we are. Sagittarius whispers is a steady refrain. I see the goal, then another I gain. A triangle forms, its angles alive. Three souls united, their purpose to strive. A conduit of light in a world in need, sowing goodwill with thought as the seed. Practical workers anchored in grace, serving the plan, we take our place, not for glory, not for pride, but to stand where soul and the spirit abide. The year ahead, a pivotal time, a rhythm of service, profound, sublime. 2025, with energies vast, calls us to shoulder discipleship tasks. Responsibility weighs, but purpose uplifts. We channel the hierarchy's celestial gifts. Light to guide, love to heal, goodwill to forge the planetary seal. Daily we labor, the work is clear, to strengthen the web that binds us near. Through visualization, the triangle glows, a radiant beacon where energy flows. The great invocation rings in our hearts, its timeless words, a celestial art. From the highest plains, to the world of men. We anchor the plan again and again. Yet the archer's aim requires resolve to meet the trials our souls must evolve. Fear may shadow, pride may ensnare, but disciples arise guided by prayer. Through impersonality, the lower fades. Through intuition, the soul prevails. Group consciousness becomes our way as the personal self gives its light to the day. The practical worker, both grounded and free, carries the work into humanity's sea. In daily tasks, in mundane care, they embody the light they wish to share. Sagittarius teaches us focus and flight, to aim at the farthest star in the night. But once the target is reached, we find another appears higher aligned. 2025 demands we expand the triangles network hand in hand to form new cells of light and grace and reignite dormant hearts in their place. With every connection, the etheric web grows, the energies deepen, the goodwill flows. In conflict's shadow, in crisis pain, we send the thought that unity reigns. The earth itself fills the surge of the year as renewal whispers in the planetary sphere. We meditate on balance, on nature's repair, on the ecosystems calling for care. Practical workers, the hierarchies bridge, anchoring energies from mountain to ridge. The soul must align, the thoughts remain clear, for only then can love appear. Sagittarius sharpen, the archer's aim, discipleship deepens, no path stays the same. Each step forward reveals the next height, each achieved vision expands our sight. And so we stand at this year's door, charged to serve, to transform, to restore. Practical workers, the task is great, yet the plan unfolds, and time will not wait. In light, in love, in goodwill we'll stand to heal the earth with a steady hand. Sagittarius guides with its ageless song. The journey is endless, the goals moves along. And as long as humanity seeks to be whole, the work of the triangle will call to the soul. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nazanin. That was a beautiful tribute to triangles and to the energy of this time, this Sagittarian enthusiasm and direction. So thank you so much. You brought a lot to the group.
So thank you.
I was interested, I have a few questions for you before we open it up to the wider group. We have a few minutes left. And I just wondered, and also for those of you who might have comments, you can post them in the chat room, but preferably please raise your hand and then we'll unmute your microphones. I was interested how you related the keynote of the sign of Sagittarius to the work of triangles, particularly at this turning point in human history. And would you be able to expand on this a bit, particularly in relation to your understanding of the opportunities unfolding for the group as we move into 2025?
Yeah, thank you for your questions. This moment in history is indeed a profound opportunity for those groups dedicated to serving the plan for humanity. 2025 is a milestone the masters have long highlighted, and we are truly fortunate to be present in the physical realm to contribute to this pivotal time. The work of triangles plays a vital role here. It's an act of service to strengthen, expand, and sustain the planetary network of light. Over the years, as a group, we've discussed how to build and develop this network. And now it's time to focus our thoughts, I guess, beliefs and efforts and precisions as we move toward 2025. Now, this is the goal, and it beautifully aligns with the Sagittarian keynote. I see the goal, I reach the goal, and then I see another. So I think our task is to focus with clarity and unwavering determinations, transferring our energies and intentions into the higher self through daily, even moment to moment alignment. We channel the magnificent energies of this time, fulfilling the purpose we've prepared for through our practices and meditations, I guess.
I think this energy and your talk inspired us to renew ourselves to our triangles work and to our discipleship path using the overshadowing, inpouring energies of Sagittarius, which is, as you say, so related to the needed qualities if we are to fulfill our task as disciples in the world today, when so many things could serve to pull us down. Instead, the triangles work encourages us to look up, to never be satisfied, to keep moving forward. And your poem expressed it beautifully. It's said that this period in the cycles of the century is said to be characterized by an influx of first-ray energy. And we also know that the conclave in 2025 is perhaps coinciding with a Shambhala impact, which seems to have occurred with these 2025, 1925, these points in the cycle. And so what do you see as the ramifications of this influx of energies from this highest center? And what might be their impact on spiritual seekers of the world?
It's a very, very good questions, but I guess I can actually speak about it as long as I, I can talk about it. So it's very important. So I think that Shambhala impact is truly profound, and its influence is felt across various realms, even mental, emotional, and physical. So these influxes of first ray energy will undoubtedly bring about significant changes. And while this may cause some imbalance in the world, it also offers an opportunity for profound transformation. As spiritual seekers, it's essential to remember that just because we cannot see the entire plan in its fullness doesn't mean it's flawed. We need to cultivate our ability to perceive beyond the surface, to understand the deeper purpose behind these changes. The first ray energy from Shambhala may disrupt all the structures, but it's ultimately making way for something new and more evolved, much like renovating a building to better serve a greater number of people. So one of the true meaning of spirituality, I guess, and I believe in it, is that to see the soul behind all forms. The true spiritual seeker is someone who focuses on the meaning behind the forms, understanding that the spiritual growth is about seeing the deeper essence of life beyond just the physical expressions. This is a time, I guess, 2025, of profound opportunity for those who are ready to work with these energies and align with the higher purpose that is unfolding.
Thank you. I don't see any hands raised. People are being very shy today. Let's see if there's some questions in the chat. Um,
I can't see anything.
um, So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is related to the trine or 120-degree triangles. So by triangle work, we are helping expand, bring joy, enthusiasm, and closeness to the divine in all beings. Yeah, I think it is this underlying energy of Jupiter, but also the esoteric ruler in Sagittarius is the earth itself. And so I think it does relate extremely closely to the work of triangles, which is intended to help in the long run to make our planet more sacred. So when the earth is highlighted here, the focus is on the earth. And so it's a great opportunity to work together in triangles, to form new triangles under this energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any hands raised here. I don't see any.
Me
Um,
too.
Very shy people today.
Yeah.
Um,
They are active triangles.
yeah,
They are doing their work in silence.
yeah. All right. Well, then I will ask you another
Okay,
question.
go for it. My pleasure.
In your talk, you spoke about the importance of discipline in regards to the triangles work and the discipleship path as well.
Mhm.
Maybe you could share with the group some of the ways you've implemented this discipline in your triangles practice and in your spiritual life, which might serve to help others who might be struggling with discipline.
Sure, thank you. Personally, I started my triangle practice by setting an alarm to remind myself of the time for the practice every day.
Do you do it at the same time every day?
Every day, yeah.
Yeah.
And this time has become sacred for me. So it's not just a reminder for me, but also it also holds meaning for all the people I've worked with in the Triangles Network, or as well as for my relatives and friends who may not be the part of the network, but they are aware of the significance of this time for me. So everybody knows that 10 o'clock p.m. is my triangle time. So they know that I'm dedicated to the triangles and that I honor my role as a worker in this sacred network. In addition, my community of fellow companions and I have we have a monthly triangle meditations as well, which we hold around the same day as around triangle meetings. So in one
Hmm.
or two, we are actually having another meetings for the our community. And during this time, we harmonize ourselves with the triangle workers around the world, aligning our collective energies in service. Also, I translate triangle talks as much as I can and share it with my fellow friends, along with a group of fellow translators. So they are in the triangles, actually, members as well. We have created a triangle of translations that translates all the esoteric text and especially triangle works into Persian. And we then send these translations to our communities to introduce the work of triangles to Persian communities around the world. So these practices is more fundamental part of my discipline, helping to deepen the connection and unity within the network. So
That's
this,
wonderful. It's interesting that you say you hold a weekly or a monthly meeting, I guess, in
yeah.
support of this triangles webinar and a triangles. And is that a purely a meditation or how is that handled? I'm just curious.
Actually, yes, it's part of the meditations that you're doing every month. So I translated the things into Persian, and then we actually communicated through Persians with them, and they are very satisfied with it. But they are all around the world, even in
That's great.
5 continents. Yes,
That's
and
great.
Yeah. And we are connected at the same time. So I try actually to be convenient time for everyone. So in the east of the planet to the west side of the planet, even in Australia. So yes, we are connected and we are doing a meditation.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
thank you.
Well, I think we're coming to our end of our time now. And so I'd like to just thank you and for everybody. Thank you so much, Nazanin, for your light and goodwill for our group and for sharing with us so generously. And now we're going to close with our final meditation, energizing the planetary network. So we come together as a group unity upon the mental plane. And we identify as a soul with the world group functioning through three planetary centers, London, Geneva, and New York, as a triangle of light. And now we extend our identification through the soul to the new group of world servers, to the hierarchy, to the Christ, the transcendent point of synthesis at the center of every triangle, and to the triangle of energies standing behind the Christ. And now we identify the center Shambhala, the center of purpose and power. And now we recognize the synthesis of three streams of cosmic energy within Shambhala, where the will of God is known, sounding together the dedication. In the center of the will of God, I stand. Naught shall deflect my will from his. I implement that will by love. I turn towards the field of service. I, the triangle divine, work out that will within the square and serve my fellow men. Visualize a network of lighted triangles underlying the entire outer world of physical life and events. See the network linking all triangle units and relating all points of light throughout the world. Relating the world of spiritual realities, the hierarchy, to the world of experience, humanity. And see this network acting as a channel of distribution within humanity for the spiritual energies pouring through the hierarchy. And see the network transforming the planetary etheric vehicle to receive and circulate the energies of the soul and the triad, will, love, and light. Realize that the energies of light, love, and the will to good, evoked by all triangles workers, pulsating through the planetary network of triangles, are having an inevitable effect within the three worlds, mental, emotional, and etheric, of human evolution, lifting human consciousness and helping to create the path of light for the feet of the Christ. Reflect on the purpose, function, and right development of the triangles network as an hierarchical activity. Blended with the group, stand with positive intent as a station of radiant light within the network of light and goodwill. Sound the adapted great invocation, directing the triple energies through the triangles network and throughout the consciousness of humanity. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into human minds. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into human hearts. May the coming one return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide all little human wills, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Thank you, everyone. Wishing you all a wonderful holiday season and hope to see you in our next meeting.